This is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every day, once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it, don't wait for it, just let it happen. It could be a new shirt at the men's store, a cat nap in your office chair, or 2 cups of good, hot, black coffee. Like this.
A present. Like Christmas.
Oh, man, that is the spot. Nothing like a great cup of black coffee.
Gourmet shit. Me and Vincent would have been satisfied with some freeze-dried Taster's Choice, right? Niece brings this serious gourmet shit on. What flavor is this?
Excuse me. A damn fine
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lightbringers Leftovers versus 05 Heads here on the Overwatch Pretenders Twitch channel. My name is Endo, and I'm here casting with my main man, Puppy.
What up? How's it going?
And tonight's actually going to be a very interesting match because we have, of course, 05 Heads currently undefeated this season, and Lightbringers Leftovers who have gone through a little bit of a rebuild. A team I actually do play for. I'm not playing tonight. That is why I'm casting, and it's going to be interesting to see what Lightbringers Leftovers can pull out to see if they can give 05 Heads their first loss of the season.
Yeah, 05 has looked really, really strong throughout the season. I mean, I haven't really had much of an opportunity to see them, so I'm really interested to see what they're like tonight. What do you think of some of their strengths and stuff are? Because I've never really actually been able to see them. So if you could kind of break it down into like a few sentences, how would you describe 05 Head's gameplay?
Somber Ghosts. They actually have a really strong Somber player in XYS, and he actually does have a decent Zarya too, but that usually goes to Hobbs, and like they're usually like pretty decent at Somber Ghosts. I don't know anything about their cons, but because all they really play is Somber Ghosts, so they actually are really good at that composition. And seeing how they're gonna bring it out and see if they're just gonna continue what they normally do on Somber Ghosts, it's like different. Or they might bring out something completely wild. Maybe they have something special planned for this match.
All right. So you think Somber Ghosts is something we're going to be seeing quite a lot over the course of the series?
I expect to see a lot of Somber Goats because they usually are really good at running it, and I just expect to see a lot of Goats v Goats matchups going on here. And so, Hollywood, I especially expect to see it there, especially on defense. Somber Goats can work really well, or maybe they're running bunker here, because Clockwork Vendetta has obviously shown that their bunker is pretty decent, even though they lost today in contenders. And then what is it? I'm blanking. And then bunkers just become prevalent in solo queue, but here they're actually going to be running out with the standard Goats proposition. Maybe they figured Somber Ghosts wasn't going to be that good or whatever it is. But standard Goats, it's probably going to be a standard Goats v Goats matchup coming out from them.
So if I picked a couple of players tonight that you really think we should kind of be focusing on, who would you say those two players from each team are? Or I say one player from each team, I should say.
XYS, of course, from 05 Heads, and then I say I actually don't know anybody you really watch from Lightbringer Leftovers. Maybe King Crimson. He does his best to do what he can in game to try and carry. But here we go, right into the match. Standard defense. Bubbles already popped by Maddie as they continue to push up to the point. Now we're gonna see. 05 Heads are going to be defending on the ground. That's actually fairly standard, not defending on the high ground, trying to take it. And we're going to see how we're going to have. They're waiting a little. And disengage, but they're waiting to see if any bubbles are going to be popped here at this situation. Bubbles are popped early, they aggress, but no bubbles down. King Crimson goes low, and Bash is used, but they're able to recuperate, stand together. And Hay actually fall down to Eagles. Hay fall down, and 05 decides to aggress. They get King Crimson next fall, and they just keep aggressing here. That's actually really interesting. I don't know how Haynat died there from Eagles. Maybe it was just a miscommunication about where the heals were going or something or anything like that. But coming up on ultimates here, we have Reader Rabbit coming up on his Shatter, Eagles coming up with his Transcendence, and on the other side, there are no ultimates coming up except for the on a Nano Boost. So we're going to see how they're going to be able to use here. Preferably using the Hay. And the big anti-net comes out, and 05 Heads takes out Haynat again. The Shatter comes out, hits nobody, and the Nano Boost comes out on the Maddie. They push in, Hobbs takes out Maddie, and Eagles takes out King Crimson. That's actually shocking what happened there. Haynat just can't seem to stay alive in this situation. He's getting melted by the Zen Orb, and they obviously do switch to Zen Goats here. And Young Spoons gets staggered. That's a big stagger, and a pause.
Very nice start from 05 Heads here. Definitely kind of building those ults a lot quicker than Lightbringers Leftovers, and using them wisely at the moment. Oh my lord, that is a mass disconnect. Okay.
Oh wow! That's all their ultimates.
Oh blimey, that's a big rip. Unfortunate. So it turns out the person who actually DC'd was the group leader of the 4 players that had to DC alongside with him. So that's really unfortunate for 05 Heads. It's going to reset their ult economy.
I think we actually might have to ask somebody about this I think I actually might have to ask the owner a quick question.
So this is a bit unusual because yeah, I don't think I've ever been in this situation before. So we'll have to wait and see what the admins want to do here and see if they want to continue playing. But I think the main thing to take away from this is definitely don't group up before you go into a lobby, because if or put someone with a very stable internet connection as your leader, because otherwise you're all going to be DCing and finding yourself in this issue. So I guess it's just. Well,
I'm just gonna ask Stab what's going on. I think like,
we're just gonna have to get on with it, I guess.
Are we actually? All right, okay. Yeah. This is actually gonna be interesting.
I guess it's their own fault for kind of doing that. It's their own mistake, I guess.
Yeah, but like sometimes it's been unfair. It just seems to be a first play. Because coming in here, very controversial opinion here. Like, and the grab comes out from Medier, and they're gonna be firing into the grab, and they're just gonna be able to wipe them easily.
That's very unfortunate. Not really much 05 heads could do there apart from just try and get aggressive and. Oh
wait,
that's a bit of a.
That's a big beat from Spooks, exerting his dominance. Maybe he's trying to even the playing field.
Yeah, he felt bad. I think we'll put it down to that.
Yeah. Maybe that. We'll put it down there. But here we're coming in with the next fight. The Shatter, Heyna has his Shatter up. Kiwi's going to come up on the Transcendent, and Kira has her bomb ready. But then on the other side, they're actually building their ultimate relatively fast. Hopsio has his bomb, and then Ickles is actually coming up on his Transcendent, and then Shatter's also coming up for Free Rabbit. Right here, they're going to be looking for a big Shatter. The bomb comes out, and they try to get a Transcendent. Yes, somebody. He has nothing. They're focused on mine, and they actually only use one off. Big bomb coming up from Kira. And the cleanup is just clean here. So it comes to the next fight. They actually do have a relatively... They actually... are at a deficit here for Lightbringers. They don't.
I'd like to call attention to the fact that.
Oh no! Actually, wait. We have to pause. We have to stop really quick. Wait, we'll pause really fast. I got something from the staff. I actually. But like, I actually don't know.
05 heads can make a good go of this actually. XYS actually managed to take down 2 there in that fight. And they're just going to push on through, take the control back off the Lightbringers leftovers. And actually their ult economy is looking far better after Hainhat threw his Shatter into Rita Rabbit's. They're kind of looking for a big Shatter there, and that's all they really had coming into that last fight. At least this time they have a Grav coming in fairly soon with Matthew Yikes. Matty Yikes, I don't know, I'm not too sure what he likes to go by, but so see, a double grabs coming out. One team actually has the Transcendence up, so we're able to see, and a big bomb coming out from Hobbs to take out the Lucio from 05 heads. Rally now from Lightbringer, let's keep saying the Lightbringers leftovers, and we're kind of just seeing a massive brawl right now where Scribble actually managed to take down 2, both the Reinhardt and the Brigitte on the side of Lightbringers leftovers. That's such a mouthful.
Just call them Lightbringers. Just call them Lightbringers.
Lightbringers. Cool.
Well, all right. Let's see what.
And that kind of sees the economy kind of fairly resets as we see only a bomb and a Shatter coming in from the side of Lightbringers, with only a Transcendence to kind of in response to that.
And then Shatter comes out, actually getting nobody. The bomb hits behind the limo. But they're still able to clean this up, even though the Shatter Bomb combo failed. And they're just able to focus the Diva. They're just going to try to focus the Diva, get her off the point, and trying to help keep them the last time they're able to be set. But now they're coming up on actually a few odds. Brigitte has her rally coming up. Eagles has his Transcendence, Bomb, and Shatter coming up for 05 heads. While on the other side, they only have Transcendence and Grab. They need to grab them at this door to keep them at bay, or else it won't gonna work. They like right here, they should grab them at that door when they're coming to touch the point, or else they're not going to be able to do anything with it. But this is all up to Matty if he can hit this big grab. Haynat's in their back line, and they grab. Haynat gets bursted immediately, no Transcendent to save him, and this actually going to be going in the fight of 05 heads.
Very interesting there. You almost see sometimes the grabs coming out from the opposite team to disable the the enemy's team's shatter to prevent them from actually capitalizing on what they've the amount they've shattered there. So it didn't actually work because they were grabbed probably a little bit too close to the guys that were shattered in the front, namely the Rita Rabbit on that Reinhardt. So interesting one come out there.
Now, with this fight coming up here, it's actually going to be on Hayna to actually try to hit one of the biggest shadows with like the post support arts coming up. And they actually do kill Rita Rabbit. They throw out the chair, but the grab, but it doesn't matter. Chance is used for the grab, and they're able to melt Hobbs. Hobbs gets bombs, trying to remake, and that's probably going to happen. Maddie dies to the bomb.
Did that happen? I guess he couldn't get into cover quick enough, or maybe just.
And here the sound barrier comes out from Young Spoons, and they're just going to be all over the place, not really knowing who they're going to focus. Probably calling for Debo, but then Rita Rabbit come back into the fight. He's trying to build up his next shatter, 86%. The rally is popped, and Rita Rabbit hits him with the shatter, knocks down Crimson, knocks down Kiwi in the back. Like Carol put the bomb on the point, but not able to get anything with it. And they're just trying to stay alive, trying to get this point back together, trying to make it back as fast as they can. But I think this is a no void point for Lightbringers leftovers.
Very good hold from 05 heads, considering the start that they had with that unfortunate disconnect.
Actually, word on that disconnect. Because if we had stayed paused and waited for an answer, they could have fully reset, but they didn't want to. But next season, it's probably if something like that ever happens again, it's going to be a full reset of the map, no matter if it's like that early. So that's just the rule. Yeah, because we've never had a situation like that happen before. There was no need for that rule. But here on the fence, I expect to see Lightbringers leftovers run some quality bunker, or I unplugged my headphones. Great. Or just some goats. So
it does seem to be the go-to at the moment, doesn't it? Goats, Sombra goats. So we haven't seen too much Sombra yet. I'm kind of hoping that will come out at some point. Although if you're a fan of Super, then you might be questioning that call, to be honest, because I know that he considers that a cop-out, as he said.
Oh, look, there it is. The Sombra goes, the cop-out. Now, this is actually going to be... Wait, and they might actually be running 2-2. Might be running 2-2, but I don't expect them to. Eagles is probably going to switch back over to that Zenyatta. Hopefully, they do show the Zenyatta, but they're going to be running the standard bunker defense. And this is actually a composition that I'm very much a fan of for here. We got King Crimson on Pharah, Maddie on the Bastion, and, you got the standard, typical, let's just fuck it up bunker.
So what do you think is the best way to break a bunker composition? I know that we've seen a lot of stuff in OWL where we see like triple quad DPS where they're like a Hammond.
Mm-hmm. I think you just go Sombra floats if you own maps like this, but a lot of time you can actually run ball depending on the map. It's either Sombra floats or you just run ball. And the Sombra gets in, Akbayas is already in their backline. Carol was not spy checking correctly, and let's see how long it takes to build up this EMP. Because this situation, they're just waiting. They're actually running Sombra and a float, so this is already an interesting composition. But in all honesty, as long as they don't let Sombra farm her or EMP, they should not have any trouble with this. And they immediately push him out. And they're probably going to go and hunt for him. That's pretty much very soon, but they're just waiting. It's a lot of waiting for XYS to build up his EMP, but at the same time, Crimson is actually going to be building up his barrage, and he can just stop them in the void as they just wait. They're actually going to push it. They're actually going to push it right here. They're going to get the dive onto the Badger, but they're not going to be able to get anything. Haynat takes out Soup Time, but XYS takes out Kiwi. Crimson takes out Eagles, and then Cribble takes out Mattier. But then Kara takes out SYS. The rest comes out on the Kiwi. Haynat takes out Rita Rabbit, and Crimson finally finishes off Hobbs. That was actually not a bad dive. But the issue with that is I bet you they're actually just trying to stack their ultimates. Like, keep getting that charge for XYS so they can get the Sombra EMP, break the bunker, and all like that. But they need to keep hunting for this Sombra. They need to keep her back. And Caro is not hunting for the Sombra. She is shooting at every door but her. What a sad day. And here come the next dive in. They're going on the monkey. The Rita Rabbit automatically goes in. Crimson actually got slept. The anti-nate comes out on the Maddie. Maddie falls to Hobbs. Carol should be able to fall next. No, Hannah actually fought to Rita Rabbit. And the rest comes out on the Maddie Y. Maddie Y falls again. And Young Smooth fall to Hobbs. That was actually so unfortunate. King Crimson actually got slept at the start of that fight. So he actually wasn't able to use his barrage there and try and delay them. If that sleep did not land, they probably would have held that point. But here they're actually going to be switching to goats, and they're going to be trying to counter this as fast as they can.
Very interesting by the fact that we saw that push without an EMP, and a couple of times actually we managed to see XYS make the hack onto the Baptiste, and he wasn't able to get his
Immortality. Yeah.
out.
And here they're actually aggressive. EMP comes out and the bomb also falls down. Hobbs is probably gonna get something big with this. Hayna takes out Rita Rabbit, but Suitama and SYS get a piece of Hayna and King Crimson in return. And Kiro falls here, and they're just gonna be contesting the point. Taking this first initial engagement and getting that EMP out is actually so crucial. Because they took that initial fight and they took that EMP out, they're going to have an easier time winning this next fight because Haynat is going to have a shatter advantage against Rita Rabbit. And now Kiwi's actually going to switch to the Zenyatta because they've actually switched off of it. And in this situation, I feel it's leftovers is actually win this fight using bomb and then building up shatter. But then they have Sutam has Beach try and counter it, and then Eagles is coming up on the transcendence, but he can't really transcend it's a fucking bomb. So let's just see how they're going to take this fight. The bubble is already used on Rita Rabbit. This is their time to engage. They engage, no bubbles at all. This is the perfect time for them to get ready to go in. But it seems that Haynat is actually trying to wait for an opportunity, maybe wait for a shatter. The Rita Rabbit gets bashed by King Crimson, but nothing seems to come out of it. They're getting low. Haynat has his shatter ready. He's going to be looking for it. He shattered the entire team. They focus Rita Rabbit, but they do not get suit time. Haynat charges in, doesn't get anything from it, and they're just waiting. The beat ran out. And now the counter beat comes out. They save them, but everybody gets shattered by the side of Rita Rabbit. But seeing side, Rita Rabbit takes out Young Spoon, but then Scribble is taken out by Kiwi, and he actually gets 2 with that charge, and the double grab comes out. And then they get nobody with it. Haynat is in their backline, charging out like a madman. And the bomb, and Hobbs gets 1 with his bomb on Kiwi. Hobbs gets another on Matty Y. And then Eagles takes out Haynat, and then Hobbs takes out his counterpart, Kiro. Now, this is actually very interesting because that fight, if Haynat had just stayed where he was and didn't try to charge Divine after the bomb was gone, they probably would have had a great opportunity to win this. But both shatters are back up for both Reinhardts, and they transcendence it out. They should transcendence out of this door and try to win this fight because they're not going to do it, and they're going to come out with it. Remember, going to look for a shatter. They look for the shatter, and Haynat gets his entire team shattered, shitting nobody shattered in that one. The rally comes out for Scribble, and Rita Rapid falls slow. Matty Y taking them out. But then the fight, King Crimson and Haynat are already down. Kiras just lost to the back, the Hobbs, and you can see what's going on. Kiwi falls, the Hobbs, and then Scribble takes out Matty Y, and Eagles takes out Young Smooth, and Scribble takes out Kiro. That is a map. That is a clean map won by 05 Heads. Jeez,
unbelievable! Like, I honestly thought that disconnect would have more of an impact on the game there, but they actually just made it seem like they didn't care about it at all, and they're just kind of showing exactly how dominating they are in this particular patch.
I feel like
they know it very well.
I feel like this was the issue. Matty used his graviton here. Instead of winning the fight raw with his ultimate, he used that grab and set it up so that way XYS could build his grab. Because XYS will build his grab faster than Matty any time of the week. Because that is just something that Matty struggles with. But I feel like if they keep going, they can actually win this because that was actually relatively close. They took them down to a minute. That's shocking to me. So I can't wait to see what's going to come next in the next map. And I do not know our next map type. Ha!
You have more of an idea than I do, my dude. Because
let me go. Let me check a server. Hold on. We do Control next. I think we do Control. It's either Ilios or Oasis. Ooh, Ilios. Okay. We're going to Ilios. We're going to see.
We're going to Ilios? Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yes. All right.
Big
so Ilios. I'm a big fan of Ilios. It's one of my favorite maps in the game. One of good
always gets a bit goofy, I always feel. Like you're always going to have some strange plays, boops everywhere off the map, and every single map has got a particular kind of quirk about it, whether or not it's well, or you got the I can't remember the other two. Lighthouse is really funny because you always get those interesting plays, boot plays off the side. It's all about kind of environmental kills, and I feel that's going to be a big part of this next game. Next map.
It should, and we're gonna see what's going on here. Also, it's just like this map. I expect to see Torbjorn from 05. They have run Torbjorn bunker on this map for some reason, and it's the worst thing I've seen because it works. I played against them. I'm trying to dive them. Nope, it just don't work. They have too much damage, too many shotguns.
It's the Atlanta range strats with Defran. Everybody's inspired by the Defran.
Oh, it's like you need to stop being inspired by the friend and get yourself in the game. Stop running, Torb, Roadhog. You're making life impossible for monkeys.
Change off the
Winston,
monkey then. It's easy.
No, that's the
Run
plan.
your
You're
own
supposed to run this. Run my own Torb. We're gonna Torb battle it out with the hammers right in the middle. Whoever wins, they get the point. That's just how we gonna do it.
This isn't comp, my dude. That's not how it works, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh. But we're just waiting for Lightbringers leftover to get ready here.
I'm very excited to see this Torb, though. Hopefully it does come out, because I
if they actually do bring out the Torb, I've legitimately only seen them play Torb on Well. I've seen them play. Yes, on Well. Wow. They run Orisa Bunker with Roadhog and Torbjord, and it kills any type of monkey that wants to jump them. So and it's the most annoying thing ever. So
you're part of Lightbringers. Have you kind of been preparing at all for the? I know obviously yourself, you haven't had the opportunity to scrim with the guys fairly recently, but do you know if the guys have had much of an opportunity to prepare for this game? Because obviously this is such a big game.
They surely have. Like, they had enough time. Like, we've been ready for this for so long because we knew that they were going to run goats or somber goats. That's what they run. We scrim them. They play bunker on this map. So we should know what they're running and we should stick to what we're doing. But the issue is that some things might get cluttered between certain players, and that's just something that might happen. But depending on what's going to happen for when I return, it might actually turn out to be better, or this might turn out to be worse. Hopefully we don't end up like the little sardines.
Oh god, it's the little sardines. That's a throwback. Are we still on the same sides here? We are still on the same sides. That's all right. It's all good. Cool.
Rheingots is really cool on this map and is broken. Sure it is. But here we're actually going to see. Hopefully, we see some interesting compositions for Well, please. No goats, no floats. Something unique, special. And...
We'll see.
Look, there it is.
You called it.
It's such an annoying composition because it works. They have the Torb, they have the McCree, they have the Roadhog. You cannot play monkey into this. You will die immediately because you just can't dive them, which how you want to play floats. Because here's what Lightbringers Leftover is gonna do. They're gonna wait at their front area. They're gonna have Monkey jump over onto the bunker, and this team is gonna rush through and brawl them out like they're playing goats. But the issue is they're probably gonna get out brawled immediately. He already take that position out. We're using his bubble immediately, but he's getting pushed out by Hobbs. Hobbs isn't doing that much damage, and he automatically gets bursted down. Let's see what's gonna happen here. No more turret for Scribble, but it seems that they're actually just gonna back up here, giving them this space. Hayes actually gonna go on top, start cleaving on top of them, and he actually gets both bubbles. He needs to be careful here, and he gets hooked. And does he live? He actually makes it. Scribble falls to Matty White, and this is an all-right take and push. And Matty White gets moved off the map. Here in this situation, Haynat should want to keep pressuring the front line, trying to keep them from setting up this bunker again. Just trying to do as much as he can until Matty Y gets back. The big anti comes back, hitting Crimson and Carol. But Haynat is almost coming up to his ultimate. Soup Time takes out King Crimson, but this is all on Hay to try and hit his ult and contest as long as he can, and he does. He pushes away to McCree, and High Noon is sort of useless. No High Noon coming out, and Haynat is just trying to get his heals back. At this point, they're actually just fighting to contest the point as long as they can because they're going to lose this fight eventually. And here it comes. They're going to have a clean 33%, maybe even more if Young Smooths is just going to continue doing his thing. And Dream Crimson comes back in, and he's just waiting too. They're just waiting to see how long they're going to wait, how long they're going to take this. And XYS takes down Haynat and King Crimson. That was actually a pretty decent hold, almost 50%. But here's the issue. They're coming up with these ultimates, but they're actually going to be halfway even in ultimates, only missing the Deadeye and the Molten Core from 0-5 hits. They're probably going to want to nano hold hard the monkey away, but they have Nano Boost and Sound Barrier to try and save them. Grab is coming up soon with Kiro having this bomb. So let's see exactly what they plan to do this time around. Yeah, they're actually going to do this plan. The monkey is going to jump across and go in and get nanoed, but then he gets hold off away from them, and they're just gonna have to stick together for a minute. Monkey jumps up, he's contesting the high ground, he's actually waiting. At this point, they're actually just waiting what to do, and Maddie gets hooked off the map by Hobbs, and at this point, this is already a lost fight, and they just need to try and get out of here and not hold this. They just need to back up, not feed all charge. Hay can peek for some cleave every now and again, but other than that, that ain't fine. And Carol gets the mech that she should jump off the map. There she goes. And everybody's gone. Now, this is actually interesting because if he dives again, Haydat is actually just gonna get melted. They have High Noon, they have Dano, and they have the Supercharger just to melt him even before he wants to jump in. So, but they also have Carol's bomb to try and displace them, and then they can grab them next. And Soup Tom is freaking out on the point. So they're actually going to see what's going to happen. They're actually going to rotate around the left side, go around back, and try and do something. The rally comes through. They're actually going to get this armor up now. And as you see, they're rotating. They're just going to get out-rotated here. And now they're just waiting. Wait for the High Noon then. Just wait for it then, Maddie. Don't do it. They just need to wait. Oh! That's massive. That's actually massive. Haynat needs to try and do something here. He gets Hobbs off the map. Can he get Scribble as well? No, he gets anti-nated, and he's actually going to get melted down here. He almost gets Eagles. Nope.
She just held on, just about held on there.
Now, that was so shocking. Because Maddie and Kiwi threw. Kiwi peeked the McCree, and Maddie was getting charged with his personal bubble. And he had to be saved by his diva. He had to be saved by his diva. One of which had High Noon out.
I don't know if that was just like the diva, like a miscommunication maybe, saying, you know, I'm able to maybe DM this and to push. I don't know if that's a communication error or what, but there was a clear disconnect between some of the team and the rest. Some of them were hiding, some of them were just for some reason peeking the High Nooning nanoed McCree. It just doesn't make sense.
I actually know what happened there. Maddie was using his personal bubble for charge because he says he does it himself. And I was just like, oh, you know, it's a situation to point out. But after we were going to be running Mirror Goats on Lighthouse, let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Automatically, you could already see that Lightbringers are kind of split up as a team, and they're going to actually rush straight to point. They're not going to want to take this initial engagement. There's no boot. They should all stick together on the point. Just stay in point. Fight them now. They're going to be able to get something on Rita Rabbit. They should focus Rita Rabbit here, but they're not going to be able to do anything with it. They're actually going to Rita Rabbit down. Or to pick from Keyman. They're actually able to push out. They take out Cribble next, and they should probably go out and push on the Hob with King Crimson, but the team, they're just going to play passive on the point. They just try to hold this. They're going to get this initial cap presence. They just try to hold it down. And Kiwi gets moved off the map by Soup Time. Now, this initial fight is actually very much fucked for Lightbringers Leftover because they have no Zenyatta. Now they just need to give up the point. At this point, I would say leave the point, wait for your Zen, and re-engage later. But no, they're going to wait for this opportunity. They're going to stand their ground on the point, and hopefully Hay can get something from his shadow. Young Foods almost has his sound barrier. He hits the shatter, gets 3 down, almost trying to kill somebody up. They pick up Eagles, then everybody just seen the fall net, the Hay's hammer, smacking them into the next realm. Jesus, Hey Nat. And Soup Time gets another boop.
That's a very big pick by Soup Time.
Resetting Maddie's energy is actually the biggest thing he could have done there. That's actually a super hard win from them, especially since they're going to be, even with the Zarya charge, and if XYS is able to get his ultimate first, this is actually going to be big. But Young Boots is coming up with the sound barrier, and both teams almost have both of their support ultimates. There's with Rita Rapid almost having a shatter, but the Cuban takes out Eagles with the right click. But then they're going to go with Haydat, but they're not going to be able to get it. They're going to push out. The shatter gets thrown out by Rita Rabbit, but he gets nothing from it. The beat comes out for 2 times, killing everybody. The ground is out next coming out. That's the beat, the rally. Oh my gosh. 0-5 has just throwing everything they have at it, but then the beat comes out from Young Spoods, and they're going to try to focus somebody down, try to get them down. But no, Young Mike takes out Scribble, Haydat takes out Soup Time, and this is actually just one fight. 0-5 heads through everything at Lightbringers, and they were just able to hold. But in this situation, Lightbringers should be pushing up. They should be chasing them down. They are at 78%. They can win this with the next fight. They have ult advantage here. They can use bomb and shatter and just anything to get them out. And then they keep Maddie up. He's gonna have this graviton for next fight. This is actually gonna be an interesting fight. Somebody go, how do we do? The bomb comes out. They're not gonna get anything from it. Oh no, they get 2 with the bomb shatter bomb combo coming through. They're gonna focus Rita Rabbit. Rita Rabbit charge up for no reason. He got to just throw down the rotor, but he's gonna be living through this only with the transcendence. And Rita Rabbit falls, and now they're gonna take on Soup Top on the point, and it goes fell to Kiwi. And now Soup Top is just running around the point. That is actually so massive from Lightbringers Leftovers. I'm shocked. They did really good.
That all stemmed from the first fight where Lightbringers didn't really kind of appreciate or kind of give the respect that No, O5 heads didn't give Lightbringers
Yes.
the respect they needed when they had the positional advantage on point early on. We saw actually Rita Rabbit just kind of get a little bit out of position early on, and they expended all their like the bubble. They used everything on Rita Rabbit to try and keep him alive, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough because he was too far out of position at that point. He wasn't able to get into like a better position, and they just focused him down. Very, very good from Lightbringers.
Yeah. Now we're going to be going on to the longest map in the game, Ilios Ruins. And we're going to see they're just going to be running the standard Zengo's composition together. Let's see how they're going to be able to handle it this time. Maybe they're going to bring some closet. Maybe they're going to sit together. But here it's actually, they're going to be going right side onto high ground and just trying to keep it ready. Soup Time is actually going to boop one of them off, and this is how this play going to be. Matty A uses personal over recharge, and the boop is going to come out. They boop Hayden down. They need to be grouping with Hayden right now, and they actually are. They're going to try to keep him alive, but Rita Rabbit goes low. But then all the Lightbringers gets melted by the hammer, by the combined hammer and mace of Brigitte and Reinhardt. And in that situation, what happened there is that they did not expect Soup Time to boop one of them off, and they had to be ready for that to cause that. And Hayden actually moved forward left side instead of trying to rotate around right and go towards his Zenyatta and have everyone on the team try and meet him. But here they're actually going to be holding up close, and we're going to see what they're trying to do with the shadow coming up from Rita Rabbit and Triple almost having his Brigitte ultimate. So again, So again, they're gonna be. So again, Soup Time is probably gonna be looking to try and boop somebody. And so Matty boops in Matty, but they're not able to get anything from it. But then Matty dies anyway to Eagles, and that just happens. But Haynat takes out Eagles himself, and he has a shadow ready. He can be try and look for something here, but no, he doesn't. He's just gonna hold his ultimates and wait up. And this is actually a situation where if they get out and they are at fine, this is a situation that Lightbringers wins heavily coming back into it because their respawns are going to be coming back around the same time. The reminder is going to be coming back, and there's going to be a 6v4 situation on the point. But 6 ultimates are coming up from 0-5 head. They have everything under the book. Grab Shatter, grab Bomb, doesn't even matter. They can throw everything at the wall right now. While Lightbringers only has 4 ultimates with Transcendence coming back up, but here is the fight. Now we're going to see what happens. The rally is popped by both Brigittes, and we're going to see what they're going to try to do. The Brag, his bash comes out, no bubble for Rita Rabbit, and they're going to grab right here. They're going to transcend it, and now the Brigitte is taken out immediately, and then the bomb comes through. Now we're going to try to figure out what they're trying to focus. Haynat falls here, and this is just seemed to be a clean wipe by the sides of 0-5 heads. And they're staggering the Diva. Look at this. This is brutal. They're not even going to do it. Look, they could have held her for so much longer, but 0-5 heads, I guess they're just nice people. But here we actually have 4 ultimates actually coming back up for the side of 0-5 head. I mean, for the side of Lightbringers leftovers, and 0-5 heads with 3 ultimates, both support ultimates, and support ultimate being beat and sound beat and Transcendence, and then Lightbringers leftovers coming up with the grab bomb combo actually. But they actually need to get to this point immediately. Young Foods makes it to the point, and they're actually going to be brawling it out here. They're not hits Shatter, and they bomb it. They hit the bomb, and they're just going to try and do something. They get the 3-man bomb on the point. Actually massive, great grab bomb combo. But here's the issue. They used almost every ult they had. And look at 0-5 heads. They're coming up on grab, Shatter. They almost have grab, they almost have grab, they have Shatter, they basically have rally, they have Transcendence. They're only up to Transcendence and rally, but leftovers and Shatter might be able to be built in this time, but of course they're not going to be able to do anything. The rally comes out and they're just going to back up. They need to disengage here, back up. Just gotta get Hay out of there. The Shatter comes out, doesn't hit anybody. Both Shatters don't really hit anybody. Both getting blocked, residually by the other team. It'll take out King Crimson. This actually might be a fight. And here comes the grab, and the bomb comes out just for same measure, and that is actually a clean point by 0-5 heads. And that's just it. That was just a fight that if they played a little bit smarter and they watched out for Soup Time and his Reddit ass boops, they've actually would have been fine there. But no, Young Foo's actually not ready to give up. He says, "This is my anime," and goes to touch the plate for one last time. Hey, tried to get in, but nope, they just get body blocked, and that will be Ilios going to 0-5 heads 2-1.
What a game.
What an actually good game. I thought that was actually really good. And Carol gets your ball playing.
At the end of the day, it all came down to the ultimate usage. It was towards the end, like a massive Shatter, and A huge bomb from Kira just plonks it down right in front of them. That's a fantastic bomb.
If they had sound barrier there, like if Young Spoons didn't use his sound barrier, they actually probably would have been able to win that situation and hold that for so much longer, just because the Transcendence wouldn't have kept Hay up for so long, because it's gradual healing. It's 200 a second, but you can burst 200 damage in a second when playing Zen goes. So that was actually pretty sad. But actually, we're going to be going into halftime. All right, we're going to be going into halftime.
Yeah, I really felt that the 05 heads ult usage was really fantastic towards the end there, especially the kind of discipline that they showed towards the end of that third map, the penultimate map. The ultimate map, where they actually refrained from using their Shatter and their Transcendence despite getting both of the ults out from remaining ults from Lightbringers out. They decided that they're at 99%, they can come back, they have plenty of time to build up the ultimates that they need to be able to take the next fight and win it for the rest of the map. So yeah, really good ult uses there from 05 heads. Very impressed.
Yeah. I'm actually that was actually really close, and I'm actually glad they did actually do kind of decently on that map. And I actually need to take a break. I need to get some more water, so I'm gonna be.
No worries. We'll see you back here very shortly.
Yeah.
get him. How's it going, man? Ow! No! Ow!
Hello, hello, welcome back. We're just at the end of halftime here on Overwatch Pretenders with 0-5 heads versus Lightbringers leftovers. The 0-5 heads being 2 up before the halftime.
Yeah, really, really interesting first couple of maps. O5 Heads looking dominant as ever on those first couple of maps. The second one looked definitely a lot more closer than the kind of first map on Hollywood. However, that was kind of due to a lot of O5 Heads mistakes and kind of positioning and issues. I'm probably imagine they kind of sorted that out after the break there to kind of ensure that it doesn't happen again. Interesting to see what happens next. We are going into Volsky as our next map. What sort of stuff do you reckon we'll see here?
Goats. Goats or bunker or very heavy bunker rotations coming out from whichever team is defending, which I'm pretty sure is 0-5 heads. And they're going to be rotating across the back high ground, trying to keep them away, playing a big-ass game to keep away with this Bastion. But we actually don't know what they're playing, so I just expect to see goats, somber goats, the typical 0-5 heads. Because I have not seen, they've only played bunker on well. I've seen. Maybe I haven't seen them play enough Sky, but they might run bunker. So we're gonna see in just 3, 2, 1, and they're gonna be running floats. Actually, that's fine. And from the side of Lightbringers leftovers, they're gonna run regular goats. So the idea with floats here is that you want to just cleave onto the enemy and build your primal as much as you can to try and get somebody off into this kill box. But if they fuck up here and their monkey falls right into the enemy's team, they should get immediately melted and die. But monkey's gonna start on truck and normally back up either to this main mini building, the right high ground, or just back up all the way. And they're just gonna want to cleave as much as they can, build this primal and get this ready. But it actually seems like we're gonna be running goats v goats, goats v floats. I'm sorry. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Top goes out for initial scouting, just trying to make sure he gets everything settled. And he's going to be sitting on that main high ground. Actually, no, he falls to the ground. And their diva's actually a bit lacking behind. They break the monkey bubble. Monkey actually backs out immediately. Scarbody's scared, but Diva's not with them. They're going to be able to push to the point easily. They want to push into the point and try and force this fight. They want to go on Diva here. They actually don't go on the Diva. Diva actually flies on the high ground. Diva's actually in them. They should be focusing the Diva. Nope. And that falls immediately down. The soup time and monkeys are going to be getting creep off of everybody else. And they're just going to get pushed out here. That fight actually went so bad because first of all, Carol the Diva from Lightbringers Leftovers wasn't grouped together with Lightbringers Leftovers. And when Diva fell to the ground, they did not immediately burst her down, even though they had Brig Bash and everything to do it. That's actually a miscommunication over from Lightbringer's side, and 0-5 has actually lucked out so hard there. Now they're just waiting to try and regroup, and their monkey automatically backs up here again, but he's almost up to his primal, but TV's almost up to his next transcendent, and they're actually split off here. This is actually very interesting. They're going to be taking the high ground here. Hopefully nobody gets picked off. They're going to wait a little and try and get the healing, but no, Maddie's just going to wait. They're watching for the Lucio, and they actually try to focus down the monkey, but they're not going to be able to get anything. And the two time is trying to move off their mind. But Rita Rabbit comes back up and he starts beating everybody, trying to beat them off the map. Even takes an advantageous position, trying to hide behind. But the King Crimson takes out Scribble, but How takes out Maddie Live. Haynat is actually getting bullied, but he gets saved by the beat from Young Spoods, and Maddie and Rita Rabbit takes out Kiwi, and Eagles takes out Haynat. That was actually so unfortunate. But Crimson pops the rally, trying to live, and he's battling the Zarya. He is actually off in solo queue. He's doing everything he can, and he jumps off the map. If anything, he reset that Zarya's charge, so I'll give him that. But look at those ultimates coming up from the side of 0-5 heads. They almost have every ultimate ready, and with Rally coming up in this next fight, this is automatically a win for them. But Bomb, Grab, and Shatter, and what is that? Transcendence is already here. But Haynat is already pushing ahead of his team for some reason instead of waiting the group of 6. They're already split. They're trying to get the bubble ready, and they're already on point. But now they're just going to be trying to wait. Their Zen is automatically split away from them, but they're going to be going for this Zen. They're going to try to beat them off the high ground, but no, they actually get grabbed. This actually seems like a miscommunication of all. And Haynat gets him smacked and into that thing. Now here is the time where they should actually lose this fight and just start jumping off the map. They know they're gone, and there we go. Sutam gets a big boot, but he already has beat already, so it doesn't matter. Only 3 ultimate were used there from the side of 0-5 heads, and only 1 ult was used there from the side of leftovers. But here, Haynat actually seems, I think he actually might be tilted. He's walking in alone. He's waiting. He's not grouping with his team, so he should just wait and just chill. Like, see, there's Zen and their brick aren't even here yet. PA's already pushing in. So here we go. They're gonna push in again, and they're gonna try to keep them off the side ground. They're gonna just wait. They need to focus Scribble. Scribble fell to the ground. They need to call on Scribble, but they're not calling anything. It seems that they're actually having a miscommunication. King Crimson being in the front line and just getting over. He goes for the big shatter, doesn't get it. Only gets Diva from him. He gets swooped out immediately, and Haynak just gets focused down. The beat came out from Soup Time to just keep them alive, and they're actually not gonna be able to do anything. I think that Lightbringers is actually not communicating at all here. Their main shot callers seem to be having a bit of a disconnect. I feel like and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here, because they have so many opportunities to kill anybody on 0-5 heads, but they're not able to do it. They're just not able to do it.
I think they were they were guaranteeing on Hayna actually getting a decent shatter off there, but it's just not a good opportunity to do so.
And here comes the grab, and they're gonna actually send the bomb in. Carol sends to the bomb, and it actually goes right past, not gonna be able to get anybody. And then Kiwi's actually gonna get zoned out. He's in their backline trying to shoot him, and they're trying to focus on him. They take out Hobbs, they take out Hobbs, but then they send out the grab. But they're just not gonna be able to get anything when that wind starts. It's actually kind of good. But actually, Eagles is just walking into the enemy backline. Maddie tried to kill him. Maddie takes him now. And here we go. He's gonna take out XYS, and now Rita Rabbit should fall, and then Soup Time will go next. But this is already so tragic because they are gonna switch to Ryan Goats, and they should have this advantage here coming up with their ults. But they might stay Winston, but I'm positive they're gonna go Ryan. Rita Rabbit is that one, Ryan. So that was actually really good, just because 0-5 heads kind of fucked up. Grabbing everyone instead of letting Rita Rabbit try and push them off, then grabbing them. So we're gonna see what happens, and Eagle saves out Kiwi right at the gate, and this is just a fight where they need to back up. Just back up. Don't get Rita Rabbit his shatter. Just try and get out. Just get out. Back away. Back away. And I don't know what Young Spoons was doing instead of speeding them out. They should have backed away the second Kiwi had died. And Soup Time is actually in their back line, and Carol gets dematched, and she needs to go walk off the map.
They just ignored Soup Time there. A couple of times he was able to boot both Haynat and also the Diva Hero. Back into their team a couple of times there, and it just unpunished. Very good play by Soup Time.
They should be like, he should be getting punished more. Like, Brigitte should be whip shotting him, but I don't think there's actually going to be able to do that, because I just feel like they're playing split. They're playing tilted. Look how they're just waiting there, and if they go in like fine, they're going to be fine. But look, I think they're thinking about going onto the high ground, but no, they're actually going to walk through main. They want to try and get something with their ultimates here, coming up on all of them. They send out the grab, but it gets eaten by Hobbs. And the bomb isn't able to do anything, and they're not able to get anything with the shatter. They use beat here. The bomb comes out. They use Transcendence. They used every single ultimate. And 0-5S only used 3. Maddie yeeted that graph so hard, it was shocking. And Kiwi here staggers himself. Wait, no, he actually is gonna get out alive. That's actually pretty big. Now coming up with the Shatter, Beat, and Transcendence, and Rally is at 50%. They're coming up on another Shatter, but nothing else from the side of Lightbringers leftovers. 0-5 has this kind of in the back. If they're able to cycle their ultimates, they're going to be doing really fine. But here we go. They're actually going to be looking for a sneaky Shatter. It's not going to work because Carol was able to see him. Now they're just going to wait. Soup Time is going to try to look for a group on his find her, and he's going to try to keep him in, but he's really going to look for it. Is he going to shatter? When is Rivalry Rider going to shatter? He shatters right into Hayes' shield, but Hayes still falls, not be able to get any type of sustain from his team, and B comes out, but Transcendence and Rally are also up for 0-5 heads. And now Shatter's still up, only 70% to grab from Maddie, and King Crimson is 80% to his next Rally. This is just sloppy from the side of leftovers. They have so many opportunities to try and win situations, but they're not taking it. I think they're just, as I said, I think they're just tilted. That's what I think it comes down to. They're just tilted. They need to take a break. They need to just chill a little. They just need to have a chill time, and they'll be fine. So let's just see what happens here. They're trying to go for the initial poke. The beat's almost coming up, and the grab is almost coming up. They're just gonna wait, get some healing, and they're gonna try and push in here. They're gonna push in. Hayes gonna try and look for a big shatter here, trying to get somebody, and he's gonna get something. He actually gets a few in the backline, but they should be focusing Rita Rabbit right now. Rita Rabbit is almost low. He's dead. He's a nail pitch away, and he actually doesn't get bit. They transcended it, they send out the graviton, double grab, and the China comes out for Rita Rabbit, only getting Matthew on top of the thing, but it gets blocked by the rest of the team by Haynat. Carol gets demet here, but the bomb, but the beat is already gone from here, and the bomb comes out, and he's not able to get anything from it. The Reinhardt is in their backline, they pin Rita Rabbit 5, but the both Rhines have died here in this situation, and now they're going to be about to see who pull it out. They're going to be able to get somebody. No, they're not going to be able to get a Rita. That's why he has to go down, losing the chart, but then everybody else on 0-5 heads against the Thunder. They're actually taking everybody down. This is so, they have so many opportunities to win, and they're not going to be able to do it. And Carol gets staggered at the worst time. In this situation, they should just try and wait. They legit have to wait, or they have to go for something big. Haynat is actually going to get kind of staggered here. Haynat should shatter right now. Shattering is his best decision, and he actually didn't do it. And now they're going to try to make it to the point, but I actually don't think they're going to make it just because they took that so much time. And that's going to be Lost Sky around 1.
So real heads-up play by XYS there to grab them. Actually, they used Grav on the opposite side as well, and he was in a really good position to capitalize on that Grav on his own, and he gets the D-Mech onto the Lightbringers Diva Kiro. So yeah, really heads-up play there to kind of take the initiative to prevent them from being able to capitalize on their own Grav there. So really good from him.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's just really sloppy for the South Lightbringers leftovers. I'm genuinely shocked after they did so well on Ilios. It seems that they have actually become kind of tilted and from that situation, even though they actually did very well considering they are going through a rebuild and they have been trying to figure out how shot calling works, considering I haven't been there for the past week. And so it's actually I thought they were doing well, but it seems like they don't think they're doing that well, so they're just playing a bit split differently than they normally.
That's what they're missing, Endo. They need you back, buddy. That's what it is. They need you back in the team.
I told them. I said, hey, yo, put me in. But the coach was like, nah. And I was like, bro, just put me in. It's fine. Like, and they're like, he's out of practice, bro. I was solid. But here we're gonna be running the floats with the Ana. The fence floats with the Ana is actually a very strong competition. Now, depending on how they play it, if they play this correctly and smartly, they can hold them here for a long time, then switch and get their ultimates. But if they play this incorrectly, it's not going to be good. And it seems like King Crimson is having some trouble trying to get on top of that thing. And King Crimson is just stuck. That's sad. But here we're going to be coming in with this composition. They're going to be waiting, and that is just going to be sitting on top of us. They're going to be playing split apart, actually. That way he can't get any initial poke coming out on him. So now he's just going to get the poke, put down in the bubble, and he's trying to get as much cleave as he can. He's already at 40% to his ult. He can walk up and get more. They should be focusing Cripple right now. Cripple is separated from his team. Cripple is actually meant to the alive because Focus Fire just isn't there. But Haynat is already low, and Young Foods falls to Eagles. So they just actually need to play slow, wake up. But no, they actually just are going to lose the point here. With King Crimson dying to Rita Rabbit to that fire strike, and then they're not going to do anything. So anti-Nick comes out, but it's not going to mount anything. Maddie dies, and then Carol just gets staggered. Well, she just doesn't get staggered. She gets killed last, and that's just how the cookie crumbled because their focus fire wasn't any good to kill Scribble. Scribble was able to get his rally out of that situation, and Nichols was able to get that transcendence, and now they're just going into the fight in all disadvantage after they switched their composition up already. And so now they have to try and take this person fight and try and do something here. But actually, no. Haynat's team isn't there with them, and they're just all split. There's no... I just feel like the comms are actually very tilted. And now Suit Time is moving everyone forward into the backline. Rita Rabbit is so much at his shadow here. He's going to try and build it. He's looking for it. The Transcendent should come out here to try and save Rita Rabbit. No, it's actually the rally they're going to be using to try to keep him alive. And then Rita Rabbit is looking for the shadow. He gets the shadow on the Carol, only getting it onto her. But they're going to be doing anything. But XYS takes out Haynat, and then King Crimson falls to the charge from Rita Rabbit. And now we're going to be Carol falls next. And Maddie gets killed by the fire strike. And now Eagle gets a piece of the pie, taking out Carol. And then Scribble takes out Kiwi. And then the graph comes out, jumping down Young Smooth right in the trash. And then Haynat's not even going to be able to make it back to the point. That was 6 minutes and 19 seconds left on the timer by 0-5 heads.
Ouch.
Jeez.
That was dominating. That was absolutely mega. Honestly, real textbook stuff there.
I don't know. I genuinely feel like a lot of this is just down to that Lightbringers leftovers just isn't calming. They're not seeing these opportunities right in front of their faces when somebody's out of position, when you could take these and win and just do what Ghost does best. Run people over like a road roller. They just aren't doing it. They're just not vampires, I guess.
The Brig got away with murder there. That initial kind of
she did.
Scribble was so far out of position. Like I don't know whether that's a miscommunication or what, but she but Brig seemed to be far out of position with the rest of his team, and they needed to capitalize on that. And if they did, then it would have been a far different match we were watching, and we'd still be watching it right now. But because they didn't have that kind of quick thinking and quick reactions, they just kind of lost out on that prime opportunity to get a good start in this map. Because if they'd have killed that Brig, that's fight over pretty much. You can't go in without your Brig.
And then you can push into them and just get more cleave and build your ultimates.
Exactly.
Exactly. I just think they're a bit they're in the words of a great mind, they're a little bit Papega right now.
A little bit Papega. That emo gets used so much. Oh my god.
It's the new thing.
I go away for 6 months and all of a sudden there's all these emotes that I have no idea what the hell they mean. And everybody's just saying them. It's just, what is going on?
And here we're gonna be going into the last map of this set. Hopefully they don't get 4-0 here. Not trying to have another forfeit on our hands. And it's gonna be Rialto. Oh, our home of our lovely sailor robot who has now left us and ends into the void. Oh, how we'll miss you, robot sailor bot. He goes soundly across the river. But I expect to see goats here, by the way. I don't expect to see anything else. Goats. What else we're gonna see? With the daily guys are floats, But it should be goats coming up for both teams here, and it should be, very much of the same. With 0-5 heads defending first, and them probably playing Sombra. Let's see, I'm looking at XYS's name right now, and he picks the Hammond. What a meaner. But yeah, it's gonna be goats. Nope, he actually picks this. Yep, they're actually just gonna run mirror goats, and we're gonna see how far they're able to hold this. Because if this actually is a very hard first point to hold. Because if you play this incorrectly or you get them into the right place, it's just gonna be bad. But Soup Time is gonna be looking for these groups, and if Crimson isn't watching out for them, Crimson is hard key soft throwing, and if he isn't, that usually means he's tilted. So this is actually going to be a very great learning lesson for leftovers all in all. But let's see what's going to go on here with this Ghost v Ghost matchup. Let's see. Soup Time is in the back. He's not going to give them that initial presence like, hey, yo, I'm not here right now. Because if they see Soup Time's gone, they're going to be a little bit careful. Let's see. They're looking for him. They're backing up. They're playing behind the card. They're just trying to get it around this podium and do it. But nope, he gets booped out immediately. But
make a trade.
Time. But let's see, are they able to make anything out of it? They're really not. And Hey actually dies first. And Carol gets beam-met. And there she goes off the map. Hey, they were actually looking for the Lucio, but he hit in that room, saved amp speed, and went flying. And here in this situation, it actually is better for them to push up and take this initial presence, aggressing onto the enemy team, even without their diva. But then Young Smooth falls the Reader Rabbit immediately, getting also the Fire Strike takes out King Crimson, and now they've actually just fed.
Big charge.
Big charge coming out from Haynat, and he actually shatters them, actually trying to get something from it. They actually might be able to do something with this if they take out Soup Time. Soup Time just in the back line, be able to do something. Iggy falls, but the Kiwi falls on the back, getting booped off, but then Cobb takes out Kiro. Oh! That was actually almost a very good play for the side of Lightbringers leftovers if they were able to capitalize on it. But it just seemed like their diva player wasn't ready for that. But that was actually a very tilting shatter. I know those type of shatters. Those are the shatters where you're just like, fuck it.
Well, I mean, they managed to get Reader Rabbit down fairly early with a nice charge. I don't know how Haynat actually managed to get into the back line there, but
I would say that's a Soup Time thing. But coming up here, we actually have a shatter coming up by Reader Rabbit. B coming up, and the shatter comes out. He gets Brigida, but nobody else. And then Hay falls, getting too much poke damage initially, and they're not going to use the Auspice here. Only use a shatter here, and they build up grab. They have Transcendence. They're going to come up with this rally, and they have the bomb. They're going to be able to grab bomb combo this. But here coming up on the other side, they almost have B. They almost have rally. They almost have actually the exact same odds. That's actually pretty funny. It's going to be like, see who uses these ults better and who can watch out for this Lucio called Soup Time who's in their back line. kill him. And he makes it out on 1 HP. They should aggress now. This is where they should be aggressing. Soup time is low and healing. Aggress onto Rita Rabbit and just try and run him over. They throw out the grab. Scribble gets taken down by Hayda, and then Hayda tried to get a cheeky charge on here, but he's not going to get anything. But they send out the chatter, and it's actually pretty good. They're able to keep all of them away, and the bomb doesn't get anybody. They're just trying to push people off the point, and then in their backline, they just seem to be taken apart with Hobbs on the point, just high key staggering himself. If they hold shield and don't kill him, they actually are staggering him. But that's actually how we're gonna do it. This fight up here, it should be interesting because they should be able to just hold this without them not wanting to do a cat from under my desk. Let's see what goes on. Rita Rabbit's actually going to be able to build up another shadow here, which is actually going to be interesting. Hopefully he's able to do something with it, but Hayes also not that far behind him. So let's see what's going to happen here. That's got another beat by Young Food trying to keep him alive, and the shadow comes up for Hayda. Hayda actually throws out the shadow, only gets one, and he actually gets his entire team shadow not holding up the shield, and the bomb comes out from here trying to keep him up, and they actually are able to kill. If they are able to kill Scribble here, this is actually going to be big for them, and they should be going to focus. They're going to try to kill Soup Time here, but no, they actually should be going for XYS here, and they're just coming up, and Hobbs should be able to fall next, and then Soup Time should be the next one to get that piece of the pie from under my desk. And that just seemed to be it. That was actually a pretty clean fight. Maddie building up a grab. They're gonna have Transcendence coming up. They already have the rally with the only Transcendence and the beat and the actually 4 offs with Beat, Bob, and Graviton almost coming up and almost getting ready here. So let's just see how they're able to hold it. They're gonna keep Devo on cart. Of course, she's on a mech, so this is actually pretty optimal. But Lucio is just waiting, just looking for the opportunity for when they are on cart to try to boot them off. But he's actually gonna be grouping the team here. They're just gonna wait. They're playing this very long waiting game. They see the Lucio in the back line, and this is the time to try and just do something. But 05 is just waiting. They're waiting for their time to strike, like a lion waiting to kill his prey. So let's see how this is gonna happen. Hero does get her mech back, and now the rally is popped. They're gonna aggress on the XYS. They should be following Crimson right now, but no, they're gonna get grabbed out of the point, and they're just gonna get grabbed. And it's gonna be a big grab for them. But with the bomb being dropped right on top of their heads, they're able to block it. Mediae goes down immediately, but Rita Rabbit gets taken out by Hayda. And now we're gonna see what's gonna go on. Now up in the front line, Triple just seems to be going into the back line. He gets the big shadow on the 3 people trying to get somebody, but he doesn't get anything. He's gonna be back. Triple takes out Key Crimson in the back line, but Hobbs gets beat back by Kiwi. XYS takes out Kiro's back, and XYS takes out Young Spoon. This is just seems to be a fight in favor of Zero Finance. That was actually so weird because Lightbringers Legacy, Leftovers actually had a good chance of winning that fight if they were able to focus on target. But it seemed that a lot of the targets that were caught in Shatter didn't get moved back. That was unfortunate. Whew. God. So they're coming up. So pretty rapidly coming up with another Shatter. Iggy is 60% onto his next Transcendence, and then Carol has her bomb, and Young Smooth has his beat, but they're coming up on another Shatter from the boy Haynat. Now, they actually seem to be wanting to go to the high ground and contest them up here, which is actually something that isn't a bad idea at all. So, depending on how they're going to do it, and depending on how they're going to go, this actually fight shouldn't go in the favor of 05 heads, just because they have additional advantage at this show. And actually, this is already bad. Hay fell to the ground, and now they need to rotate with Hay, but King Crimson actually charges in and uses his shield back here. Now in this situation, Scribble is in their backline. They should be calling this out. Kiwi should be saying, there is a Brigida in our backline. Help me out. But no, Scribble comes into the backline. Togo kills Kiwi. It goes against Haynat, and XYF gets Maddie. And that is just seems to be that's all she wrote with that situation. Chat, stop touching this. So this fight is actually very even, with almost every team having almost 6 ults, only missing a few crucial ones. Shatter from 05 heads, and then Grav coming in from what is that called? Like
Big Boop.
Big Boop actually coming out, getting Kiwi, and Red Rabbit takes out King Crimson. The Shadow comes out from Hayda, but he's really not able to get anything until with here. Kurt gets send out Bob and not to be able to do anything with it. And that's actually weird. Look at those ultimates. They have 4 ults left in this economy. And they just popped them off. They didn't have to use anything to win there.
Soup Time is a nut. He got that boop onto the Lightbringers Zen. I can't remember his name. Apologies.
Yes, Kiwi.
That was huge because they had a Grav coming in and they literally had no response to that because of that boop. Incredible heads up play there.
That was genuinely crazy. And they said they were going to watch out for Soup Top. And what do? They don't watch out for Soup Top. They're not following calls. Crimson is going in alone. And that is actually just so bad. There was a situation where Crimson is actually seeing the opportunities, but his team just isn't ready, or he isn't calling it. He should be calling these targets and trying to get his team to follow his ads, because they are obviously doing a lot of they obviously aren't calling. So he should be the one trying to get these engages if he can see those opportunities and take initiative. Oh man,
I'd like to have seen on the on second point there where they're trying to take when Lightbringers were trying to take high ground off of O5 heads. Actually, Kira going for a little bit more of an aggressive play, because you could use those boosters as Diva to kind of force them off the high ground, off that kind of the top of the staircase there, and kind of just create a little bit more space for your team to kind of maintain that high ground advantage. But unfortunately, they don't take that initiative, and unfortunately, we're able to take the fight after Rita Rabbit's shatter came through.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is that's just something they can look for as they look back into our cast, and they're actually going to be running the regular go tier, and it's going to be Scribble just going to start on the window, and they're actually going to be doing their signature. We call it the Finland strat. We're about to run these bitches over, and here we come. They're already about to get started. They're going to rush W right into the enemy team, trying to get any pick they can. But Crimson already goes low. Crimson actually get picked by Scribble, but Haynat takes out Sutai. But Haynat is already low. Cobb takes out Soup. Take out Haynat, and then let's see what we're gonna have here. They take out Kara, they demech her, they're gonna wreck her immediately. And then Kiwi automatically jumps off the map, and Maddie just trying to get as much as they can, and they just jumped off the map trying to get as far as they can. That was actually a net loss for Lightbringers leftovers, because they didn't execute their comp correctly with their Reinhardt not leading the charge, but instead they're Brigitte, because their Reinhardt doesn't do the charging. And then Rita Rabbit is already so close to his shatter, and the Brigitte almost has her rally here at this situation, while they're nowhere near close, only halfway percent. So we're gonna actually see what's gonna happen here. If Rita Rabbit gets his shattered, this is actually gonna be massive. Let's see what's gonna happen. They beat up. The bubbles are already used for Haynat, and they're just waiting. Rita Rabbit is just waiting to get his healing. And we're gonna see what happens. His shield is already low. His barrier's gone. He has no barrier at all. He's trying to look for a shadow, but he doesn't see an opportunity for it. The rally comes out, but Bob and Trance are coming out. Stop that. And we're gonna see what's gonna happen. He's gonna be able to shatter. He shatters. He gets a big 5-man shatter. The poop on the side of the map by Soup Time, and Scribble just goes in. That was actually massive. Haynat just dropped the ball there. He held up shield and all. The only one who wasn't shadow was Diva, because she was over in the side room.
I think Haynat's shield actually broke there, so maybe a little bit poor of shield management maybe there. Yeah, I don't know whether that's down to maybe him not getting the resources and to keep him alive. Maybe there's not enough bubbles going to him. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but that should not be happening.
And here Crimson staggers himself even more by just staying forward and not walking back towards spawn and jumping off the map. This is a massive move. And I just want to say, the Lightbringer Leftover has 5 ultimates. If they can't win this fight with 6 ultimates, this is going to be sacked. They only have 4. Shadow's coming up on live. They have the grab bomb. They have the beat. They have the transcendent. No rally, no shadow besides 0-5 yet. But let's see what's going to go down with this fight. Both grabs come out. Both sides, opposite sides. Both bombs. This is already a messy fight. But nothing came to come out. Kiro takes out Hop.
Good start.
It's automatically big. But the shadow comes out, and he actually is able to hold them. Taking down Eagles, taking down Scribble. But they're not going to follow up with another target. And it's actually going to be interesting to get off that. And let's see, XYS takes out Matty A, restarting his energy, and XYS is able to actually get out with his energy. This is actually so massive. But Haynat is actually might need to be careful. They need to back up and just not aggress. And Sutam gets taken out. And actually, this is actually a very good fight. Eagles takes out the mech. That is bad.
Kira hasn't got a mech.
Kira's no mech. And they need to block so much incoming damage to try and keep Hay alive. This isn't good. And with the XYS, no, Kiwi actually takes out the Soup Time, but then Cribble takes out King Crimson. Both Briggs are down, and both have lost support. Haynat is actually getting so close to death here, almost dying, so close. Haynat gets taken out by Scribble, but Maddie takes out Rita Rabbit. Kiwi takes out Scribble. This fight could actually go either way depending on what's gonna happen here. Hobbs is gonna Carol flies into the backline and actually isolates herself for the rest of her team. She gets DMAC here, and they back up. They're trying to do something. They use beat to try and save for Young Blue just so they can push them back, just so there is no fear that they would actually come back and try and get Carol her mech back. They back up, Carol actually does get her mech back, and they're able to restabilize here. But the grab comes out, they should counter grab. They need the counter grab right here. They need to bomb and try to keep somebody alive, but no, they're actually gonna just waiting for it to come over. And
Big shatter.
Haynak actually gets a big shatter. Taking him down, but no, Haynak doesn't give his shut up, and he actually gets his entire team shattered. It's everyone except for Gaming, and it's gonna be a brawl. Ritter Rabbit takes out Haynak, but then Turbo trying to push out Young Blue. It'll take out King Crimson here, but it's gonna be fought in there. Maddie and Crimson seem to be going low. Carol uses the bomb to try to stay alive, but she's gonna get anything from it. I want to kill. That player takes out Kiwi, and Ritter Rabbit takes out Maddie. Coming back from the fight, Carol still gets back in her mech, and here comes Haynak trying to do whatever he can to try to stay alive. But no, he gets booped into the charge off the top ropes. That is over.
Unbelievable.
He has a shadow ready. This is an on the map. This is a 4-0 by 0-5 heads over Lightbringers leftovers.
Sheer dominance. Sheer dominance is all I can say.
My voice hates this.
You did great, man. You did great.
Just like 0-5 heads did today in this match. Oh my gosh, they actually even though a lot of their best showing for like from some misplays by leftovers, they did do great, and they actually had some great time, especially Sutan. I'd give him player of the match just because he made everyone on that team had a fucking team what is it? Looks like a bitch. A tier. Be quiet. But
so now, let's just about do it.
That is just about do it for her. Me and Puppy here on this stuff. So,
who was your favorite? Who was your player of the match there for you?
Player of the match, I give it to Soup Time. Soup Time actually did really good.
Do you know what? I'd agree with that. There was some real heads up plays, especially towards the end there, where you got that dupe onto the Zen. That was I was actually sort of spectating that, so I managed to catch that on the stream. So it was really, really good. And yeah, just fantastic heads up play from all the guys. Actually, XYS had a fantastic shift. He put in a fantastic one. The shatters that came out from Reader Rabbit, again, absolutely fantastic. They they absolutely dominated them. Honestly, they're a very, very strong team who clearly understands the meta really, really well. So yeah, fantastic game to watch. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. I've been Puppy.
And I've been Endo.
We'll work on that. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. Cheers.